Good morning, good evening, guys, wherever you are from. And welcome back to another Euro Truck Simulator video. Today is going to be an incredible journey. Let me just pick up this trailer and I will tell you exactly where we are. But we are taking Caviar, I believe, and we'll be taking it through what is hopefully a very scenic route. Today we're in the IVECO S-Way, the new truck. We haven't got digital mirrors, we've got actual mirrors on the truck. This is customised by myself. So let's have a little look at the freight market. This is what we're going to be taking today. From Bergen all the way up in the northwest. Well, possibly not, because Norway goes all the way up here. Just the west end of Norway. All the way down to Denmark. A little island, actually. When we get to Kolding, we are going to have to get a ferry, it looks like, over to Odense in Denmark. I wonder if... See, you've got Copenhagen down here, so this is all Denmark, this section. So Norway, ferry from Kristiansand all the way into Hirtshals. I'm probably butchering all these names, but we're going to try and set up a custom route. Now, I have changed something recently. I have changed up the fact that on the waypoint, you can choose best route, the quickest route, or the little short roads, and I love a little short roads challenge in Euro Truck Simulator. I enjoy navigating windy paths and finding my way around the challenges, and that's what I try and do on Euro Truck. So I've set it to small roads. Just pull this over here while we pick up this trailer, and then I'll get to exactly what we're doing today. That will do. So, the IVECO S-Way should be an interesting journey through Bergen. It is one of the most scenic areas in Euro Truck Simulator, but today we're taking an articulated trailer. So we have two trailers attached to the back of us, which is going to be quite difficult to navigate, as you can see here. I mean, I think it'd be quite interesting to take a photo. Let's get a classic photo for the thumbnail with the mountains in the background. Incredible, really is. You have to love driving through Norway on Euro Truck. This guy has kindly let us out. Now, back in the day, I used to use Pro Mods on a laptop. That just was not fit for purpose. It was a Lenovo ThinkPad laptop, and it was poor. It wasn't very good. I mean, I've said in recent videos that I'm a graphic designer by trade, and I used to design on the Lenovo ThinkPad, and I would literally just be able to use one Adobe software at a time, and even that wouldn't run very well. That was until I joined university and I decided to upgrade my equipment and computer. I don't know what that guy was trying to do overtaking on a bend, but interesting. So I decided to upgrade my computer. Now, this isn't a gaming PC as such, it's just more powerful than what I've been used to. I have a HP MV34 all-in-one computer, and I love it. It's got a 5K monitor, it runs smoothly, gives me 60 frames consistently on Euro Truck. That's fine with me. Sure, maybe not on the best settings, but who really cares? I just wanted to be able to play Euro Truck Simulator, and I wasn't able to on the older computer, because where I'm going with this, I tried to go to Bergen in Norway, and I remember being really excited to download Pro Mods, and it was incredible because I had it downloaded and it took me forever, because on the free version, if you decide to download free, you know, I believe that you can only download one at a time, and there's a 5-minute waiting time or a 3-minute waiting time, so usually I end up forgetting about it and then coming back to it later. So it takes a while to install, which, by the way, I don't mind, because the team at ProMods are incredible, and you can pay a small donation fee to download all the files at once, which is an option if you wish to use a premium download. But I tried to come over to Bergen and Iceland on my old Lenovo ThinkPad, and my computer just crashed. So it's good to be able to. You don't appreciate it, how good it is to be here and driving through Norway. This is so scenic, isn't it? Look how beautiful it looks. I hate changing the camera there because it just makes things so difficult to drive. I hope you don't mind, but I just really want you guys to take this in. This is an incredible journey. Photo settings. What can we have here? Wow, doesn't that look amazing? Incredible. Obviously, it's a lot more difficult having the articulated trailer, but as I say, I love a challenge, and I think with the windy roads that Norway brings, I think it will bring that challenge. So I'm excited for this journey. I'm not sure how long it's going to take in real lifetime. It's saying 17 hours. I mean, with ferry crossings, that's probably more like 5 or 6, I would say. Don't know how long the ferry is from Norway down to Denmark, but we have another ferry crossing when we get into Denmark, so really, really interesting journey. So a lot of things are happening recently with travel, because, as I've mentioned in previous videos, like a new passion has come into my life with traveling, and I will be soon be embarking on a journey to China, mainland China, which is incredible, isn't it, when you think about it? I mean, I'm just so excited to experience a new culture, make new memories in a place, and really immerse in it, because I'm out there for 2.5 weeks, so it will really give me a chance to adapt to life in China and really try and embrace their culture. I'm sure they have amazing food as well. I wonder if like the food is similar to the the Chinese type of food that you get in the UK. I've heard in China it's more dumplings and things like that, which you wouldn't tend to get in takeaway places in the UK. Chinese takeaways. It's more like chow mein, etc., which I'm sure you can still get in China, right? But I'm really, really excited. It has such a fascinating history, and I'm currently in the process of going through getting my visa, which is, again, just makes it ever so closer. I'll be embarking very soon on this journey. After that, I'm looking at going to Cyprus. I think that'll be incredible. I could do with just a nice little break. University's been terrible, really. I've not enjoyed it. The first 2 years were incredible, but unfortunately what happens is that you feel like you're on a linear progression. So I think we need to pop the lights on here, actually. I think in Scandinavian countries you have to have the lights on at all times, especially in these tunnels. Look how interesting this tunnel is. Wow. Okay, this is going to be interesting with 2 trailers. Oh, look at that in the mirror. Incredible. So I would like to see linear progress, personally, in university. So first year you join, again, I'm studying graphic design, but it's something I've done since the very, very young age of 13. I've been a graphic designer. Ever since I opened Photoshop in a trial version on my school computer, I was like hooked on Adobe Photoshop and creating graphics. Whether it was creating Twitter banners or logos, I loved it. And so I can say I'm 25 now. I've been designing for 12 years. It is absolutely flew by. And when you join university as a graphic designer, I joined on the basis that I was struggling to find roles, because a lot of job roles were saying that you require a degree required, and I was applying for these jobs and getting absolutely nowhere with it. And it was a shame, because I'm a self-taught designer, but sometimes without the degree next to your name and the piece of paper, people and companies may deem you not to be worth the quote-unquote risk. And to me that's sad, but it felt like a necessity that I had to go to university to give myself that opportunity. And as well, there's been some good things that have come out of university. I would say that my portfolio has improved quite a lot, but that's been off my own back. There's no chance I'm going to university at the age of 22 when I started there and not giving 100% effort. I kind of delayed my career to chase a dream, which in hindsight, I wish I could have sticked out a little bit, and maybe on another route I could have I don't know, I could have kept applying for years and years, but I just wasn't in that luxury position to do so. And it's coming to an end now, thankfully, because my first 2 years were great. I mean, when you join university, you would think that you're new to the whole experience. A lot of people are joining at different experience levels. Some are coming to bolster their career, and some have aspirations to become creative directors, and some people don't know much about design at all but want to follow a new passion that they may have, and that's great. The first 2 years were incredible at teaching that, and then the last year kind of come about, and graphic design is an incredibly critical industry, and that's what I love about design. I love the fact that you have to detach yourself from your work, and that's amazing. I like the idea of being critiqued, because without critique you can't get better. But it seemed like the critique has gone further than it's ever been in the first 2 years, and that can give some people the impression that they're getting worse. In the first year I was getting critiqued very little, and now all of a sudden I'm getting critiqued a lot now that I feel like I'm better. And it's all about how that make or breaks you. Are you going to allow that to destroy your confidence, or you're looking at it and going, well, no, actually I'm being critiqued because maybe more is expected of me now that I'm better. There's the glass half full and there's the glass half empty mentality. I'm definitely a glass half full. So I proceeded with university with a strong mindset, and right now I'm counting down the days to leave. I'm really excited to go on summer holidays and travel a little bit. Just put my feet up for like a month or two. Like, it's been incredible. It's been intense. Some people have a great experience at university. Some people really, really don't like it. I'm a little bit indifferent. I've enjoyed some aspects and I've not enjoyed some other aspects, and that's just the way life goes sometimes. But we're travelling through these tunnels here in Bergen, and It's incredible, isn't it? You know, every time you come out the tunnel, you're greeted with a new mountain range, and it looks like we're going to go on a very spirally journey here. If you look at the map there at the bottom right, it looks like we're going to be taking some wide swings. Here we are. 70 miles an hour is a little bit steep for this road, don't you think? We're just managing. Little skid there on the tyres. Oh dear. Yeah, so what happened there is, as I was coming around the bend, I've slowly hit on the brake. I think my braking sensitivity is a little bit too high, and it made the tyres skid across the road, which has jolted me to the right, and I've just bumped into the wall. Wouldn't look so great in real life as a truck driver, eh? Or on a driving test. But I think the new IVECO S-Way is probably my new favourite truck. It is contested by the new Renault electric truck. I think that's amazing. I really like that. Wow, look at the turn we're making here. I mean, this feels like some sort of roller coaster ride. Jesus. Incredible. Taking a right hand turn. Stravenger. Love the indicator sound, by the way. Probably need a wider swing, but I think we're okay. Just about. That trailer really follows behind, doesn't it? Big challenge. Embrace the challenge. Yeah, so onwards we go throughout the mountains, and then we should be coming to a ferry crossing point over to Denmark, and then we'll take another one. And I think it's going to be an overnight ferry. It's just 28 minutes past midnight. It's about to go past. I'd imagine when we get to the ferry port, it's going to be like 1 or 2 a.m, surely. And then maybe we arrive in Denmark just in time for sunrise, which would be nice. More aesthetics. Lots of beautiful tunnels here, isn't it? Norway's definitely on my bucket list, but I just look at the prices and it's so expensive to live out there. Maybe not for the Norwegian people, but if you're living in a country which the exchange rate's just not as good, you're probably going to find Norway very expensive. But then imagine if you live in Norway and you go on holiday to a country that has a weaker currency, you must feel very rich. It's an interesting dynamic. You know, everyone talks about, you know, stag do places to go to. If you're having a stag do, where's the cheapest, where we can get loads of beer? And then places, you know, a lot of people used to go to Latvia, Riga, the capital, for cheap drinks, but now it's not so much like that. The prices, you know, especially Lithuania is not cheap. I'd say Latvia is cheaper than England, but marginally. I think Poland is still, you know, an option. Krakow, because of the Polish water, or zloty, however you may say it, the currency. How do I pronounce it? But one place that I found to be quite cheap was Albania, and the Albanian lek is the currency. But when we went to the port of Saranda, we paid in euro and got change in Albanian lek. And we were just on a day trip, so we could literally we were literally going home that day. So the Albanian lek currency that we got exchange for €10, we literally couldn't spend all of it because we had 1 hour's free time in Albania after doing the tours, etc. So we bought some souvenirs and then had some change, and I brought home some Albanian lek with me, and I had no internet connection over there because Albania, I don't think it's part of the European Union. I might be wrong on that. But there was a data roaming charge in Albania, so I couldn't use any mobile data to find out how much a lek was. So I remember, like, my girlfriend going over to buy an ice cream and like got charged like 100 lek, and we thought that was like £8, and we thought, wow, Albania is so expensive, what the hell. And then when we got back to Greece, I googled how much like 100 lek is, and it was like 80p, 80 pence, you know, that's like 95 cents a dollar in US money. It's like, wow, yeah, that's quite cheap. But you got to be careful. I don't know, I try and be careful when I speak about currency, because for those that are living there, you know, cost of living can be quite tough. I don't know. So it's dead easy as somebody from, I don't know, Norway or Britain like myself to go, oh, it's so cheap in these countries. Well, it might be for us, but it might not be for the people living there. I don't know the state of the economy. This is very scenic, isn't it? Lovely night ride here. Well, it's about to go 2 in the morning, so I think you get quite an early sunrise here in Norway. Still, the roads are quite busy. 2 in the morning. People must be coming out for sunrise, finding their viewpoint. I say 70 seems like quite a high speed limit for these windy bends, but we're managing it okay. It was only before when I hit the brake a little bit too hard with the sensitivity, and my truck just went skidding off into the wall. A little bit of traffic here because the road works, but they have a temporary light system set up. You can just see around here. Lovely dash here in the S-Way. Incredible. I think I can hear water flowing outside. These temporary light systems in real life can take a while, so the game's quite realistic if it makes us wait. Now, in real life, would you indicate left? I guess you would if there was no temporary light system. But because it's on green, only you're going, so you don't need to indicate, I guess. The AI isn't indicating. But yeah, there's been... She's doing some pipe work or brickwork. Interesting. I think we've managed it quite well with this articulate trailer so far. Should have probably let that guy go, but gotta get to Denmark. The Danish need their caviar. Just approaching Stavanger, I think that's how you say it. I think sun is starting to come up a little bit, yeah? What time are we on now? 3 in the morning. It's starting to brighten up a little bit. Scandinavian countries getting their sunrise a little earlier than everyone else. Good to see. So I've been looking on the Reddit forums recently to find out what are the most narrow roads, and a lot of people are recommending Italy and the Greece DLC. So they're two places I'm going to look at a little bit more and see if I can find more challenging routes like this one. I find the Bergen route quite interesting with the tunnels and the windy roads, etc. I think Denmark will be a little bit more straightforward when we get there, but who knows? Makes you want to visit Bergen in real life, as it does Euro Truck Simulator 2. Doing 90 down here. Why not? Onto the motorway we go. Make this left-hand turn. Going on a bit of a straight and narrow. As the roads start to pick up. Get a little bit more busier. People make their way to work. See, if I was this guy in front now, I'd just be trying to bully my way in. The AI will always give you room if you bully. Oh well, I can listen to this indicator sound all day, it's so nice. Need to park and brake on. My bad. Just slowly follow behind this guy. Big wide swing. Wow. And builds up our speed. Surely we can do 90 on here. Wow, there's this guy. Oh, if these guys in. Interesting that they decided not to indicate. Maybe you gotta go right to the end there before you can make your way left, but these guys need to come into my lane. I'm gonna let him in. Yeah, so we didn't get to explore Stavanger, which is a shame, but I should have probably... yeah, should have manually done a route. It's taking me around the windy bends, which is nice, all the way to Odense. Wow, this looks like the bridge that we came over before. I mean, this really is incredible. Time for another photo, I think. Feather Fjord Bridge. Incredible. Can we not, like... Oh, I won't let us off the edge. Oh well, we'll get a photo anyway. Let's make it a little bit more daytime. Not getting much of a good sunset, are we? Hmm. Lovely bridge though. Didn't look like the one that was going to collapse in Murmansk, Russia, that I done last time. If you've ever done that journey, you actually have to take a detour because the bridge looks like it's about to collapse. It's incredible. So one thing I was really considering is getting a wheel with pedals. I think that would make the game so much more involved, you know, so much more immersive in the realism of Euro Truck Simulator. But at that point, like, you just like try and learn how to drive a truck in real life. I don't know. Don't think it's that easy driving a HGV vehicle. From what I've heard from truck driving, though, you know, there's a lot of long hours and a lot of weekend work, and a lot of people say, you know, if you've got a stable Monday to Friday job, you know, and you enjoy your weekends, don't give it up for truck driving. But it depends if you're a class 2 or class 3 driver. Really does depend on that and what type of company you're working for. Now here we go, these are one of the problems that I'm having lately. The hazard lights are just on, and I don't know why, because he has no reason to be in an accident right here. And he's just stopped in the middle of the road. Anyone who's doing 80, which by the way this is an 80 road, will go directly flying into the back of this guy. The AI has been doing this quite a lot recently, and I'm not liking it, to be honest. I think there's been a lot of accidents, people, cars pulling out on other cars and you know, crashing into them. It's incredible. Like a car will literally be coming down the stripway in a motorway, and it will see another car, and it will literally just go across into it, and then the hazards are on, and you're like, why did you do that, man? It's incredible. This guy's braking, probably because we're going down to 50. Yeah, 50 kilometers per hour. I'm used to calling it miles per hour, but it's kilometers per hour in Europe. So, oh, here's the rain. Oh dear. Dear, oh dear. Well, let's hope the wind doesn't come and cancel our ferry. Wow, that's coming down heavy. Let's get the max wipers on. I'm gonna actually draw down the window. Let's hear it a little bit. Wow. There's some heavy rain. I think we'll put the window back up and turn the heating up in the cab. Wow. Makes for an incredible journey though, right? Probably a little bit too quick on that roundabout. But yeah, looking at more rural. I'd say more livable area than Bergen, in the mountains. Weather reminds me very much of the UK. That rain just come down quick, didn't it? I think we're just getting a shower because the skies ahead look quite blue. So I think it's just over the top of us right now. That's why you don't look at the rain while driving. Like, if I put you on this camera, like, I literally cannot drive. I get so scared, man. But yeah, we're approaching Kristiansand, the ferry port. Let's see if we can explore the town a little bit. We're going to go through it to the ferry port, which would be nice. Wonder if it's rainy in Denmark. I thought we'd be at the ferry port about 2 or 3 in the morning. It's actually coming up to 5:30 in the morning. Lovely shower to wake us up. Oh, brake test, brake test, brake test. Wow. Okay. I don't know if I was going over the speed limit there. If I was going over the speed limit, then that's my fault. If not, that brake test was incredible. Because if he was doing a right-hand turn, he didn't once put his brake lights on before doing a right-hand turn. I don't believe he was indicating early enough either. Who's to blame for that one? Let me know in the comments. Approaching Kristiansand. Kristiansand, sorry. Kristiansand. York that way. That'll be the job offer down there. Oh, this rain is relentless. I remember back in the day you used to be able to have a snow mod for your Euro truck, but I don't know if that's still going. Probably is somewhere. I mean, there's a mod for everything now, right? Kristiansand's discovered. I love the way like it stops raining when you go under a bridge. Really, really nice detail that they've added there. Few FPS drops, which is okay, moving into a big ferry port town. We're making a right hand turn here, we'll put the right indicator on. What's that flag? Hotel, okay. I thought that was like some district flag of Norway or something. I mean, it's on green, bro. Yep, another issue. Look at this. Incredible. Really is incredible. Now I'm stuck at the traffic lights once again. Unbelievable. Oh, he's gonna go. Okay, interesting. Guess we'll wait for the next green light. This is what I'm saying, the AI is really, really concerning me lately. See how I move like this? It's not as smooth as the mouse, but see? But it's hard to drive having one hand on the controller and one hand on the mouse. Let me try it. Not bad, not bad. Really not bad for one hand. Just easy to have the Xbox controller. I think the wheel with track IR and the pedals is like next level. Yeah, proper ferry port this. We're all off on holiday to Denmark. Are you a hazard boy? You got your hazard lights on, or are you just waiting for a left hand turn? I think he's just waiting for a left hand turn. Look at that rain. We're not doing the same, we're going straight on. hopefully get out of this rain. I don't mind the rain, it does add to the aesthetic. I like the randomness of it. And here we are at the ferry port. He wants to go straight ahead. I think we're on this Polaris lines. We'll go straight on. Get our truck around here. Lovely. And then onto the ferry we go. Pretty tough. Oh, we can turn them window wipers off. Put the parking brake off, engine off. Over to her, Charles. Oh, lovely. That's just what we want. More rain. Guess that 3-hour journey didn't do much for the weather. But welcome to Denmark. Here in Herschels, Denmark. There we go. Lovely waters out there, there we are. Is that a cruise ship out there? Or? Looks like it, doesn't it? Over to Aalborg. I believe I've been here before. Isn't this like the edge of the map or something? Like the very, very north end, yeah. No, I think that was, yeah, that was way up here. Been there on my old account, it really was nice. Up at the very north end of Norway. Reminds me of that. There's a dock port here, isn't it? Loads of construction. Windmills, wind turbines, sorry, proper ferry port place. And again, the people of Herschels are watching, you know, I'm sure you have a lovely town, but sometimes Euro truck goes, you're a ferry town and that's it. And I think that might be the case here. Bit of FPS with all these guys waiting to get to the ferry, it looks like. Straight onto Aalborg. Or Aalborg. But we'll be doing a right hand turn. I think we're going to follow these. There's a windy path around and then come through Colding. And then there's a little viewpoint, little photograph point over here, and then over to Odense, and then that'll be us for the journey. It's been a nice one, hasn't it? I've enjoyed it. I wonder if the rain will go off though, as the sun starts to come out over there on the left hand side. Going off the motorway. Looking, turning over here. Probably a little bit too fast coming up there onto this roundabout. 70 mile an hour now. or kilometers per hour. I'm saying that. If like a future DDLC, I'm probably looking at SES to try and improve the UK. I think it's not been changed since vanilla game. Thankfully, pro mods have come in and they've changed, you know, quite a fair bit with the UK. But I think SES can do something with it, especially with all the incredible experience they have now. You know, I know the Heart of Russia was cancelled due to world events, but you know, there are other opportunities out there if Heart of Russia isn't going to be released, and it doesn't look like it will be. There's an opportunity to remap the UK. That would be nice. Where is the rain shower coming from? Don't see any grey clouds. Wow, beautiful. You can see that, actually see the horizon. That's so nice. And what flag do we have here? Looks like just a gas company flag. Unbelievable. We see the hotel one and we're seeing a gas company. Unbelievable. Where's the Danish patriotism? Because you guys have a lot to be proud of here. This is beautiful. Very Scandinavian vibes. You absolute fool. Oh my word, okay. Okay. I see how it is. Surely I have the right of way there. Like them cars only meant to pull out over that line if, you know, they believe they can. Very strange. I don't know. I'm not a real life driver, so you know, this is, even though I have 250 odd hours played on Euro Truck, you know, the rules of the laws of the land are still, you know, not etched in my brain. So I don't know if I'm in the right or in the wrong there, but I would assume that I had the right of way. Strange from the AI once again. No. No. That is not right. No. That is not right. That cannot be right. Oh my word. That can't be right. What does that line mean? Because there is a little zigzaggy line in front of where they are, but there's no line where I am. So that zigzaggy line must say, do not go forward if you see something coming. Surely. Look. This guy's letting me go, is he? Nice. That little triangular line. And now, for me, over there's nothing. There's just straight road. There's just straight road, so there's no indication for me to stop. I find that baffling. I really do struggle with that. I could be in the wrong here. But what on earth is going on? If I'm in... What? And the hazards going? What on earth is happening here in Denmark? Oh my word. Guys, I must be going crazy. This is... I'm lost for words. Really, I'm lost for words. So the title of this video has changed. 18% damage on the truck. That is just horrendous, honestly. Oh look, triangular lines. Yeah, give way. Give way. So I will not go forward unless I feel like I can. What an absolute disgrace. And now I can barely accelerate out because my truck is damaged. No, I'm not happy, man. That was not my fault. Wow. That is so reckless to just come flying across like that. When you have the give way section in front. No way, man. I'm slowly driving towards him. I'm seeing this a lot more with the AI, man. I don't know if this was a problem when I was playing this game, you know, up to last year. I don't think it was as prevalent as this. Thankfully the truck isn't making any weird noises yet. That could have been really bad. The rain's not as bad now, so we'll just decrease the intensity of the window wipers. Loan installment come out, but I already have a mod on the game which gives me a money mod. I didn't want to have to worry about the money. I know that makes the game interesting. I wanted to buy my own trucks, customise them how I want, and you know, really just max out the game so I could explore as much as possible in a truck that I enjoy driving, really. So that loan instalment doesn't really mean much. Another, how are we doing for gas, by the way? Do you know what? I think we'll be okay. I can't even read. Can't even read here. If I need fuel or not. Is the top one fuel? I don't know. Because on the scan here it says fuel consumption. I'm not sure. Yeah, this truck's really struggling to get into first gear. Is this clown another one who's crashed here? Yeah, the hazard lights are on again. What is going on here? Come on. Pathetic. Really is pathetic. Okay. I'm sure I'll overtake this guy, because luckily he's just reversing. All crazy things are going on here. I don't know if one of my mods is making this happen. The AI has got worse. Very worse. I mean, 4 incidents already on this journey of hazard lights, ignoring road signage, just crashing straight in. That can't be right. That wasn't happening years ago. I think we've got another crash there, I don't know. Just an indication of left. I'm just so conscious now. I think every indication where I can't see the other side is a hazard light. Yeah, no idea what you're doing, bro. In Holster, bro. Yeah, welcome to Holster, bro, by the way. Where the AI doesn't seem to know how to drive. I'm sure Danish drivers are a lot better than this. And finally, that ends the rain. The rain is now off. And look at the beautiful fields of Denmark. Incredible. So it looks as though we're just passing the town of Herning. We probably would have went through that town of Herning if I would have put the best route on instead of the small roads. I may end up changing it back and then customising my route. Yeah, so far I'd say it's a pretty incredible journey. I've enjoyed going from Norway to Denmark. We've still got one more ferry crossing to do, which I'm sure we're coming up to shortly. The AI has been really, really concerning, especially in Denmark. In Norway, it wasn't too bad. More groundworks here. As we've got more temporary lights. Let's see where we are. Yeah, we've got to get through Colding and then into Odense. Almost there. Once we make that. Oh, is it a ferry crossing? I don't believe it is. I think it's just a scenic route, which I look forward to. It's saying if it has the little photo sign, then usually that means there's something scenic to look at. Look at the cars lying down there. Incredible. Combine harvester. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Just thinking about it. Surprised you didn't speed up and go flying into me. A lot of construction being done here. And what do we have here? What do we have here? Yeah. I mean, this is just becoming a joke. Yeah, that's a crash. So the AI hasn't realised that the vehicle there is carrying a caravan on the back, and it's just drove into that box. I need to have a browse of the Reddit forums to see if other people are having similar issues with the AI crashing into one another. Did you notice as well, not to get from Norway into Denmark, there was no real passport checks or nothing? I suppose the Scandinavian countries in the Schengen zone allow a much freer movement, I guess, into each country, which is good. I believe Romania's just joined that. Romania's sharing the border, and I think their border with I don't think it's Bulgaria, but there's another country, and they just opened their new border where you can just pass through. I mean, United Kingdom's left the European Union now, so you know, I only started travelling in real life you know, after, you know, post Brexit, so all that stuff about the Schengen zone and needing to go in the non-EU line, that's all been the norm to me, so it hasn't really affected me. But I'd be interested to know what people think of you know, for those that used to travel before, or you know, and still do travel, but before Brexit versus after Brexit, do you find it any more difficult, or is a lot of it just you know, fake outrage? Be interested to know, because I only started travelling after Brexit, so I wouldn't know the effects of it. Like, could you just you know, go through, get your passport stamped a lot quicker, or what's the score? Here we go, on our way to Odense, and there's a right hand slip road. Looking at 83 kilometers per hour. Okay, this is the big bridge that we're coming over. No ferry needed. Lovely, absolutely lovely. Huge bridge, isn't it? Connecting this little Danish island here to mainland Denmark. Very impressed. Look at these little valleys here with the houses. Wow, it's like some sort of old town over there. Stay in this right hand lane actually. Oh, welcome to Odense. We finally made it. And this is where we'll be dropping off the caviar. A bit faster. Locking the cruise control, only have to control the wheel. Navigate our way up here. See, that guy didn't come flying into me. Well, I took a wrong turn, I have. Looks like I can still, yeah, I'll be okay. Oh, that's my fault. Being the green light, thought I got right away. Yeah, that's my fault. Didn't see the car indicating left. It's been a long journey. It's been a long journey. Yeah, these signs mean give way, right? This is where we are. No food, is it? No, we're not done. Not sure. Yeah, no food. 50% off, love that. Okay, am I going to be able to get this in? Don't think I can get this in. I think the trailer's too wide. And try. No. Okay, that's never getting in there. The trailer's way too wide, but yeah, that was a very interesting journey. From Norway all the way down to Denmark. It's quite late at night, those parts that where I weren't commentating, and I'm feeling a little bit tired, so probably a wrong time to record, and I wasn't expecting that journey to take so long, but you know what, I enjoyed it. That crash I'm going to have to analyse, like really, you have to look at that. But if you made it to the end, thank you so much, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care.